in the laboratory is something that's not been seen anywhere actually in the United States and the world. So this is actually a new strain of influenza that's been identified, said Dr. John Carlo, Dallas County Medical Director. Alarming reports are now filtering in about people catching the illness who have had no contact with pigs whatsoever. These include a man and his daughter in San Diego County, a 41-year-old woman in Imperial County, and two teenagers in San Antonio, Texas. In fact, in all U.S. cases, I wonder if they'll be vaccinated, just like with the original swine flu. The victims had no contact with any pigs. Alarming reports are now filtering in. Dr. William Wooten, San Diego County's public health officer, told KPBS, we have had person-to-person spread with this father and daughter, says Wooten. Also, with the two teenagers in Texas, they were in the same school. So that also indicates person-to-person transfer. That's now been confirmed since Watson wrote this 5 hours ago. Dr. Wooten says it's unclear how many people were exposed to swine flu. She says none of the patients had any contact with pigs. Although the situation in the U.S. looks under control, panic is spreading in Mexico, where 800 cases, now over 1,000, of pneumonia in the capital alone are suspected to be related to the swine flu, and the virus has hit young and healthy people, which is very rare with a flu outbreak, despite the danger of a pandemic, and the U.S. border with Mexico remains open. Mexico has shut down schools and museums. Now they're shutting down everything, they're saying, and canceled hundreds of public events in the sprawling, overcrowded capital of 20 million-plus people to try to prevent further infections, reports Reuters. My level of concern is significant, said Dr. Martin Festerschieb, the health officer at the Santa Clara County. We have a novel virus, a brand-new strain that's spreading human to human, and we are also seeing a virulent strain in Mexico that seems to be related. We certainly have concerns for this escalating. The World Health Organization, the Mr. Eugenics, or wherever they are, 40-something% of the country gets HIV and other things. That's just a cover name for other bioattacks they're running. The WHO insists that the outbreaks of pandemic potential and has been stockpiling supplies of Tamiflu, known generically as oseltamivir, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Oseltamivir, a pill that can both treat flu and prevent infection, according to officials. As we previously highlighted, those that have taken the Tamiflu vaccine include Top, Globulus, and Bilderberg. Those that have a stake in Tamiflu that own it include Top, Globulus, and Bilderberg members like George Shultz, former Secretary of Defense Rumsfeld, and others. Indeed, Rumsfeld himself played a key role in hyping the outbreak of swine flu back in '76 when he urged the entire country to get vaccinated, and now he's involved in the companies. These guys never end. Many batches of the vaccine were contaminated, resulting in hundreds of sick people and 52 fatalities. That is a government whitewash number. It was thousands. The fact that the properties of the strain are completely new, that the virus is spreading from people to people, and that young and healthy people are being worst hit, has disturbing parallels to the deadly 1918 pandemic that killed millions. It is unclear as to why, if the virus is a brand new strain, the public health officials are so confident programs of mass vaccination, which are already being prepared, would necessarily be effective. Almost done. Then I'll do a news blitz over other news, and we have callers from Mexico. It certainly would be the first time that deadly flu viruses have been concocted in labs that were dispatched with the intention of creating a pandemic. When the story first broke last month, Czech newspapers questioned if the shocking discovery of vaccines contaminated with the deadly avian flu virus, which had nothing to do with the manufacturer, but were added by Baxter out of the U.S., so again, Czech newspapers questioned if the shocking discovery of vaccines contaminated with the deadly avian flu virus were distributed to 18 countries by the American company Baxter were part of a conspiracy to provoke a pandemic. Since the probability of mixing the live virus biological weapon with the vaccine material by accident is virtually impossible, this leaves no other explanation that the contamination was a deliberate attempt to weaponize the H5N1 virus to its most potent extreme and distribute it via conventional flu vaccines to the population, who would then infect others to devastating degree as the disease went airborne. Then we find out, London Telegraph, BBC, Der Spiegel, and others reported all these deaths with them giving homeless people, quote, flu shots that were really bird flu from unnamed vaccine companies that then killed them. In fact, people won't believe that. We put on screen Homeless die of bird flu after vaccines. Homeless die of bird flu after vaccines. I want to put that on screen for folks. However, this is not the first time that vaccine companies have been caught distributing vaccines contaminated with deadly viruses. In 2006, it was revealed that Bayer Corporation discovered that their injection drug, which was used by hemophiliacs, factor VIII, was contaminated with HIV virus, hepatitis C. Internal documents prove that after they positively knew the drug was contaminated, they took it off the U.S. market only to dump it in Europe, Asia, and Latin American markets, including Canada, I would add, knowingly exposing thousands, it's really hundreds of thousands, most of them children, to HIV live virus. Government officials in France went to prison for allowing the drug to be distributed. The documents show that the FDA concluded that Bayer, to cover up this scandal, had allowed the deadly drug to be distributed globally. No Bayer executives ever faced arrest or prosecution in the United States. In the UK in 2007, an outbreak of foot and mouth disease that put Britain in a high alert has been originated from the government laboratory, which it shared with an American pharmaceutical company, mirroring the deadly outbreak of foot and mouth 2001, which was also deliberately released. The government admits. They just calmly admit it. As we reported yesterday, last time there was a significant outbreak of a new form of swine flu in the U.S. It originated at an Army base at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Yeah, do me a favor. That's Infowars.com with just a link to it. Go down to the bottom to the full article and link to the London Telegraph itself. I want them to see it from the London Telegraph. They'll be in denial. Thank you, Jaron. Okay, I covered that. Let me run over some of the other headlines, and we'll take a few calls from Mexico, California, and Canada. People saying they have key information. We'll go to Mexico first. In fact, let's just go to Mexico first, then I'll recap a few things and finish up here with this special transmission. We are live, 10:07 and 50 seconds, the 25th day, Saturday, the 25th day of April, 2009. I will be live tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. on the 26th of April. On Sunday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, with a 2-hour special report on all of this. We'll know a lot more in 19 hours from now. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Steve in Mexico. Steve, where are you calling us from in Mexico?
I'm calling from Tepic, Nayarit. It is about 8 hours west of Mexico City.
Okay, so that's near the Gulf of Mexico. Correct. No, I mean, that's near the Pacific. Okay, go ahead. Tell us what's going on.
Okay, yeah, I'm in between Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta. As far as the news is concerned down here, the president got on the news and said that this is a curable flu, and they have the vaccine for the flu, is what they are telling their people down here. And that the state that is located next to Mexico City, the District Federal, the hospitals are being filled with people that are all having the symptoms of this flu. Also,
okay, this is big news. Stay there. Kurt Nemo's listening. Aaron Dykes are listening right now. We're scanning Mexican newspapers, getting similar things. No, this is key because we know it's staged. We know it is staged, guaranteed. That is the bow. That is the cherry on top of the sundae, the cherry on the cream pie. It stands out like a red cherry on top of cream pie. There is no doubting that this is staged. This is the creme de la creme, the coup de grace, the absolute finale proof. If I can confirm, because I saw them saying in one article, and Paul Watson said that must be a misprint. I think it was Reuters, and I was arguing with him like 5-6 hours ago as he was writing the article. I said, no, look, it says they've got a vaccine for it. He said, that can't be, Alex. They've got to manufacture it. They said they just discovered this and just isolated it yesterday, which was true. So how could they arrogantly announce they have a flu vaccine for the first ever pig, bird, human mix from all over the world popping up in Mexico? And I said, yeah, that's probably a misprint, or they don't know what they're talking about. If they're coming out and saying they've got a vaccine, there is some type of sterilization compound or cancer virus in that, or AIDS or something. They've done it all over the world. We know they're worried about the Mexican population. They've gone up from 50 million 30 years ago to over 100 million right now. It's going to schedule to go up to 150 million in the next 15 years. They really want to, well, it's State Department Memorandum 200, ordering the countries to get IMF and World Bank money that they've got to somehow kill their people or sterilize them. I would watch it having a pathogen. I would look for that vaccine having a female hormone bound to the flu virus, so you have an autoimmune response when the women go into estrus. That's what their favorite thing to do with their sterilization operations they've been caught doing in Africa and Latin America. But I'm digressing. I'll shut up. You called in from Mexico. Specifically, can you give me sources, radio, TV? Take your time. They're saying they have a vaccine, which is impossible if they didn't already have this set up.
It was put on Azteca News here in Mexico that I had on my digital cable. I also have Sky TV, which is a satellite service, and it is on the news. And also they're saying that some of the powers that the president has been given down here is that they're able to walk into any work or any home in Mexico and check for symptoms and give medicine as needed.
Yeah, that's what they're saying in Reuters, is that quarantine, lockdown, and force if needed. Are they talking about calls we're getting about northern states locking down, blocking people from southern states in Mexico?
As far as they said on the news, there's been deaths confirmed in every state